What is up, guys? Wraith here, Graybearded Gaming Society. We are back on our little wizard, and we still have all of our spiffy buffs, so we are just going to take off out the door, and we are going to make our way this time. Apparently, we're going to miss targeting everything in front of us, but it doesn't really matter. We're just going to cruise through here anyway. We are going to make our way into the Qeynos Hills and see what kind of action we can find over there this time. Like I said, we played around in the catacombs a little bit, and while it was definitely interesting and new, it was also quite the pucker factor. I managed to get myself lost, and at the same time, some of the actual mobs that I found were really weren't going to work well for us. They were all too big for us in confined spaces that would not go well for a little bitty wizard. I do not believe. What is funny though is, of course, there's a little Rudite running on that side. There's a little Rudite running on the other side. These people think that we're cool. So all right, what do we got? Got brown bears, and they want to eat us already. Large bats. Null scouts. There should be a pretty good amount of stuff for here for us to get in trouble with. So let's see. Come out. And of course, with our breeze, it's not full-blown clarity, but it's close enough. That should keep us going here for a little while as we test the waters and see how we do with the enemies here in Qeynos Hills. So here we go. All right, gang. So just kind of a quick punch in here. We tried to keep ourselves nonstop going while we had our buffs. So we were just, as soon as we'd get full mana, we'd pull zap. We've killed pretty much everything in the area that we could find. We've the bats, the rats, oh, he made it down the hill. Bats, rats, bears. We've been lucky in that we haven't run across like a full-blown skeleton. I do understand there are some in the zone, but so far we've been keeping everything. Really? Where's he at? He's right there. Thought I couldn't see him. So far we've been pretty good handling most things. One thing I did remember because I saw her walk by, is we have the crazy rangers running around in this zone, and I'm glad I wasn't fighting anything when she passed by, because I remember like if you're fighting like what it's bears, wolves. I don't remember if it's man, like 1 point of damage on this thing. Are you serious? There we go. I don't remember if it's like all of the critters. I know bears for sure, and I remember wolves for sure. But they'll of course attack you and call you a poacher and scream demons at you and all this crazy stuff. And we don't want any of that. Like so, thankfully we haven't been fighting while she's been around. Just was it Holly Windstalker? I think was the range name. I think. But yeah, and I think there's actually two of them. I think there's her and then there's the guy version running around. But the other thing that I do want to point out that's just utterly amazing to me. And like, oh, what is that? Did I not loot something here? Catch an Ulfer. I don't think that was for me. But yeah, one of the things I do want to point out is that let's see, time wise, it is 9 p.m. so it is the middle of the night. So it's you know, it's still dark for us, but with an open sky that's not permanently blocked, we can still see like landmarks and things off in the distance. You know, we can see light sources and things like that. So again, it's still better than it was. I'll put it that way. And especially, of course, this place has more will-o-wisp running around, and those guys are just super handy because they just light up everything around them. But like I said, it so far it's been a pretty good spot for us. We run around randomly. Now we have gotten you know, we made sure we con these guys. I mean, everybody should pretty much like us because we are not, like I said, a bad guy build here, but it's still safer to hang out here tonight. But we did go as far up the side here as to get right near Blackborough, but there was already somebody there, so we didn't want to try to compete with the same little action. Like I said, we've seen several of the little Knoll Scouts, and those guys are pretty good experience, pretty good kills. I mean, obviously, the more we can go with humanoids, the better off we'll do in the loot division. Most of the rest of this other stuff so far has just been, you know, your standard little pieces of trash loot, rat ears, tails, stuff like that. You know, when you're looking for the hides, of course, you're always looking for like a high quality, you know, bear hide, especially something that can sell to like a nice tailor, or maybe if we decide to actually work on the tailor route, more we hold on to later to try to see if we can make you know, bags or something out of it. But we will, as per normal, pull back a little bit in the evening hours just because we do lose, you know, some of that visibility. If we find a you know, a good spot where we can kind of just, I would say, just kind of set up camp, for lack of a better way to put it. Out in the open, we might try something like that. Like I said, but right now, since we are just kind of open hunting, and we did again, we lost our buff, so we're not feeling as brave as we were. When I thought I could just outrun everything with so, I was pretty quick to just pretty much engage almost anything. Because again, I know too, like once you get past, if I'm not mistaken, once you get past Blackborough, then you have a chance to start running into some of the higher mobs in the zone. So things like the skeletons. I know there's the whole undead ruin thing in the corner, which has a pretty hefty level range on. I know there's like a super rare over there whose name I've never been able to properly pronounce, who drops some super duper rare loot, the glowing black stone, but I seriously doubt we'll see that anytime soon. And let's face it, if we even did see Paizen, whatever her name is, at the moment, she would just annihilate us because I want to say she was like level 14 or 15 or something like that. But we're gonna step back for just a minute, wait till we get a little bit of sunlight back in our world so we can reliably hunt the hills some more, and we'll check back in here in a few minutes, guys. Stick around. All right, guys. So we kind of had a couple of little wipeouts there. Nothing horrible. At least we did manage to escape both times. We were keeping our, we were checking constantly on that one to see. The first time we had to run back to the guards just to make sure, it was like, are they actually going to defend us? We kept hovering over the gate to see if we had enough mana to cast it. Of course, we also got a case of the rabies. So we'll have to wait forever for that to wear off, unfortunately. I guess it would also be more productive if I was actually meditating while I was sitting down, so at least I could get my mana back. But either way, this has proven to be a very successful little jaunt out into the hills, and we will definitely pick up farming here on our next session where we just get to sit down and just grind out some experience. We're sneaking up. And it's so hard to see sometimes because we know that like the little pinches in the bar like take up more space than they should. We're not quite halfway through level, but we're sneaking up on it. I'll put it that way. We're a little bit over 40% through level, so the spot's been a pretty good spot. We have a nice safe thing to fall back to right here, where the guards will actually protect us. Plus we can see it. It's kind of easy to find in the dark, so we will take it. But like I said, I think for this particular adventure, because I try to keep these things from getting too long and having me ramble on and on, I think we'll call it right here for now. And I think next time we'll pick up, we'll try to get a little braver, exploring more of this zone. Maybe we'll be able to catch the entrance of Black Pearl. We peeked on it again a little while earlier, and there was somebody else who had moved in there, a little mage or something with a pet. So they were not going to have any trouble anytime soon holding that spot down. But maybe we pop our head in Black Pearl early and see how that goes. Maybe we get some group action. We shall see how it goes, guys. But as always, if you like what we are doing here, please don't forget to like, comment, maybe subscribe down below. We do love to hear from everybody in the community. And until next time, guys, stay safe, stay distant. Hey, stay in Evercrest, man. It's still a great place to be. We'll catch you guys next time.